Alright guys, it's your boy Tofu and welcome back to another episode of Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. And as your host through this miracle mirage of what the fuck, Jesus, we have to figure out what we're gonna do here. Either to inject and hope to God that this clairvoyant number 0, infected us with the BFR so we don't die instantaneously after injecting ourselves, or say fuck him, fuck the police, and click don't inject, and hope to God he didn't infect us with the other disease on those things over there. Now, in my head, I'd assume this guy played close to the vest and would rather us die out of our own stupidity than his hand. In every situation so far, it seems more like it's by your own decision versus him infecting your decision. It's pretty much psychological in every standpoint. He inputted that sentence to say that just so that we wouldn't be, tainted by the decision to choose one, and at the same time influence us towards either one or the other. Now, in my head, I say inject just because, I don't know, one way or another we're gonna die here. Either we don't die or we do die. And the problem is we don't know what he did, and based off of the files we read, both of them have an instant kill rating. We don't know if they actually do, but the files in there state so it would make you inclined to inject right away. So, to be honest, I don't know what to do, and I don't have... God damn it, I don't have a coin to flip. So, you know what? Let's, flip a coin. Alright, we got tails. Alright, guys. Just had to ask Siri for some help here. Hashtag Siri for the win here. So, it's tails. Crap, I didn't think of the objectives of this. I didn't make one heads or one tails. I just kind of made don't inject tails in my head. Alright, so then we're going with don't inject, guys! Alright, let's hope we don't die, and let's see what goes down. Let's don't inject.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, right?
Care to share your reason?
After everything, the issue isn't if Zero can see the future or if he's lying. It's just like Eric said. If Zero does have that power, then it's the same either way. That means all we need to do is think about what happens if he doesn't have powers. The important thing to determine is if we're actually infected with FBR.
So you don't think we are then?
Nope. In fact, a virus called Fanatic Bio R existing in the first place is very suspicious.
Radical 6 sounds just as fantastical.
No. There's no doubt that Radical 6 is real.
Oh.
I've heard of it before. Well, it could be that Zero wants us to become infected with Radical 6. But instead of doing it himself, for some reason, he's unable to.
I just don't think he
So
can.
he
He wants
needs
us to do it to ourselves. Yeah, he doesn't want him to do it to us because that defeats the purpose. He's testing us for some obvious reason.
The door!
It opened.
Let's get out of here! If we're too slow, then the door might up and close on us.
Wait, Eric!
Don't run!
Hey, Mira! What are you doing?
Oh, that fucking bitch! She's potentially gonna use it as an attempt on someone else. And if Fanatical R does exist, she's gonna waste it to kill someone if it comes down to it.
We must have been right not to inject it. I still feel okay, and more importantly, the door opened for
What's
us.
the kill rate on it?
There's still another possibility, you know. That Zero really does have the ability to see the
Can you
future.
guess that?
If it's true, then we would have been right if we had injected the needles too.
Hey, did you tell the truth earlier?
About what?
About Radical 6 being real.
Oh, yeah.
How do you know about it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Did you get any more suspicious?
This kid knows a
I
lot,
know
man.
what I know, okay? I can't help that.
So why not share? Tell us more about this Radical 6 virus.
More. I'm not even sure where to start.
How about its name?
Oh, that's easy. Aside from triggering intense suicidal impulses, Radical 6 causes the infected's thought process to reduce by 1√6. Therefore,
What?
when 1 second passes for them, the world has gone through √6 seconds, or roughly 2.45 seconds.
That's
There
kind of
is also
intense.
the word radical. Aside from meaning things like
can also mean a
extreme,
radical
it
root.
can
I
also
didn't think
refer
about
to a
that.
radical root. Get it?
Thanks, Q.
So that's why it's Radical 6.
But is it really possible for thought speed to be slowed down like that?
I completely believe
Yep.
it is, yeah, man.
The infected, through changes in DNA methylation and histone modification, gain epigenetic mutations in the control mechanisms of their genetic expressions.
Wait,
Then couldn't that also reflect the other way?
could you maybe simplify that, please?
Oh, the body's composition changes as a genetic switch is flipped, more or less.
A genetic...
Switch?
Let's try this. A common scientific thought until now was that parental characteristics didn't transfer.
Okay.
Recent research has changed that. We now know that they can be by flipping certain genetic switches. Well, regardless of what kind of experiences the parents had to go through, their DNA blueprints won't change. But within that expansive DNA coding, the question of what should be read seems to change based on experience. The change becomes especially apparent when the parents' lives are in danger.
Like maybe if someone was trapped in a shelter and forced to risk their life.
So, if Eric and I did the horizontal tango right now, the baby might end up psychic.
What?
Anyway, so if Radical 6 really does flip the genetic switch... Hey, are you listening?
He's totally thinking about having a kid, man.
Yeah.
He's not thinking about that.
So, you're basically saying this Radical 6 virus is super dangerous, right?
Yes, there's no doubt it is. So, Zero said earlier that Radical 6 transmits through bodily fluids and is highly infectious. If someone infected with the virus was to go outside, then
It can infect anybody?
mankind, 6 billion people, will die.
6 billion?
All from the slow mental processing? What does that mean on top of that? Does that mean they just die from...
Now announcing the current casualties. C-Team, Carlos, Akane, Junpei. These 3 are now deceased.
What?
As a result, 3 X-passes will be revealed. Fire, crash, 5. That is all.
Wait, what? Why are they dead?
What the hell? C-Team is dead?
It's obviously because of the vote
I don't...
The vote?
No, I don't think so.
at 13:30.
Then... But wait, did everyone from C-Team really die? We haven't seen their corpses or anything. They might still be alive.
Oh my
No.
god.
They're dead. I'm sure of it.
Why?
Because
He's right. I don't think they're alive.
Why?
You too, Mira? What do you think, old man? C-Team's gotta be alive, right?
Is this a mental game?
What are you doing, Eric?
Or is it so
He's
far
not
in the
gonna
future
answer
that we
you.
don't know what happened?
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he...
can speak?
Now it is time for you to sleep.
0.
When next you wake, Know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes.
So they won't even hear that C-Team's dead.
Pleasant dreams.
See, here's where that issue lies then. Are they meant to just think that everyone's dead and that they're trying to reach their goal by staying alive in their own world? Or are they all dead? So at this point, we can use C-Team. As it sounds. As it stands, we can. And in this story, they exist. He is alive, they are not dead. We have these other paths we can take, and there's other things we could do. But as it stands, C-Team is still alive, and they died in a science room, particularly. Now, my problem is, what if each team they voted for was the one they thought died? And that, in reality, their minds are like, thinking that they're dead, and they're just creating this effect that feels like someone died, and in every case in point, you know? I think that's actually what's probably... I don't know if it's actually going on, but I have a very strong inclination that that's what's going down right now. It's a psychological standpoint versus any other standpoint. Now, to start this thing off, I guess we'll go here. Holy cow, this is a long one. And it also has something on the door. What's this one? This one seems shorter. So that's a long one. What's this one got? This is a medium arc. So I'm trying to figure out the timeline in which these things occur. And it seems like these are all kind of short. And this one seems like a decision maker. Someone dies in this scene. Now, that's way too far ahead for us. So I think... I don't know if it's this one in particular or it's this one in particular. Now let's look at the flow chart and see where we are. Because see, even at this point, we made a decision. We did our thing. Now we go down this arc. You are here. We are at this place. So that's what that one is. Maybe they're each respective arc. I don't know what this arc is. What's this arc? You know? I'm kind of confused. So this must be Q's. I guess one decision would have brought us down here to some other massive conclusion if we took the pill. Or took the shot. So we're obviously going to have to go back down at some point in junction. But... oof, man. So we're back here at the start. All these decisions. They all kind of relate. All these actually end up being the same. I don't know if they necessarily change the fate of anything now. But... as it stands, we're going to probably do C-Team. Let's do C-Team. And see what's up. Let's do this one. Because I'm trying to find the origin timeline to work with, and it's just so difficult to figure out which one's first, second, and third. So let's jump and see what's up, guys. Let's check it out with C-Team. All right, let's get into this. First come, first saved.
This is called the decontamination room?
Oh, fuck.
I think you're supposed to clean off after returning from the surface. Well, that was for when there was a nuclear war and the world was contaminated.
Okay.
Ah, that explains the showerheads.
Oh, just as I thought. This won't
So we
open
don't
either.
open buttons, we just wake up
The
in
map
rooms.
shows an elevator hall beyond this door. If we came down the elevator normally, we'd be able to run into this room immediately, but...
What about that? It's connected to the lounge.
I checked it earlier.
Okay,
No dice.
so both doors are locked.
Locked up tight.
Do you think Zero trapped us in here to make us play the decision game?
It's pretty obvious at this point.
I don't know, it seems like there's more to it.
1810.
I think it was about 13:30 when we finished voting and the drug put us to sleep.
So that means we were napping like toddlers for 4.5
What
hours.
the fuck? So then I must have jumped wrong again. That means the other one was probably the first action.
Junpei, I have something I've been wanting to ask you. During the vote earlier, you told Carlos.
Huh.
Come on, Carlos. Vote for Q Team. Yeah, what about it?
What about? How could you be so horrible? You used to... You'd never have said that a year ago.
Oh, like you're one to talk.
Jesus.
What? What happened to you, Junpei?
I mean, after almost dying a
What
couple
happened
times,
while I
I
was
suppose
gone?
he went crazy.
I'd like to know more about you, too.
What's that, Carlos? Does that mean you're interested in me?
No. My focus is my little sister. Got no time for a love life.
So our hero of justice has a sister complex.
Oh, crap, man.
Junpei! Carlos really is worried about you.
Well, it's more I want to know about you both. Weren't you friends as kids? And last year you were trapped just like this and escaped together. So why?
Why the animosity, you mean? That's exactly why.
Junpei.
I've seen people die. Horrible, cruel deaths I never wanted to see. So many. I'm probably becoming numb.
Jeez, man.
After what happened last year, I quit school and joined a detective firm.
Oh man. What made you want to do that?
It was all because of Akane there. She up and disappeared, so I went to a firm to try and find her.
Aww.
It's small, but known to work among the underground. I've snuck into places running human organ trafficking like they're trading cookies. Saw a coworker I'd just finished eating with pushed off a rooftop the other day. Never had a by-the-books case where I just had to prove he cheated.
This guy's been through some
Every job
shit.
that passed my hands was dirty and dangerous. That's when I realized humans aren't as beautiful as I thought. I'd only been skimming the surface all this time. So every day, after work, I'd drink myself to sleep. I slept in my bathtub with the shower running. It was the only way I was able to get the scent of blood off me.
Jesus.
But last month,
Christ.
finally, I got intel through our network that Akane was joining this experiment.
So that's why you came to DCOM.
You went through all this for
I threatened
her?
those in charge and forced my way in.
You don't even recognize his care. You're a horrible way to make her feel like shit, man. Did all that for her. Huh.
So, Akane, how's Santa? Aoi.
My brother.
I heard about Ace.
Sansa.
He's stuck in jail if he hasn't escaped yet. Lotus is doing alright. She's working and raising her kids still.
Who told you this?
That detective guy, Seven.
Oh.
I worked with him once. We destroyed Free the Soul's headquarters.
Destroyed?
Hey, what's Free the Soul?
So,
A religious cult. They're a freaky terrorist organization who never stop trying to create their new world.
They abducted my brother and I 10 years ago.
And the game we played last year was related to that big kidnapping case.
My brother and I were trying to track Free the Soul's movements, but... You were too, Junpei?
I came across some info on them while I was working. Seven was the one still on their trail. But I kinda think we went too far by destroying their headquarters. I'm pretty sure we pissed off their boss. I think his name was Brother.
So wait, you're saying this Zero the Second has something to do with that?
potentially.
You know anything about it, Akane?
I already told you I'm not connected to this. I don't know why this person is calling themselves Zero.
Why don't you enlighten us as to why you joined DCOM, Akane?
Junpei,
Someone using that name has thrown us into a similar game. No way you can ask me to believe they're
Yeah,
unrelated.
she must have known something to come
Stop
here,
it,
though.
Junpei. From what I can tell, Akane's the victim.
Doesn't seem like it, though.
I'm here to change the future.
Huh?
Free the Soul is currently attempting to implement a terrifying plan. I infiltrated the experiment to stop that.
So you knew that this game would
you-
happen?
I don't know. I didn't know any specifics about all of this.
But you just said it's to change the future.
A very distant future.
Don't tell me.
So you access the morphogenetic field and...
Hold
Wait,
up.
that means she was probably
What are you
working
talking
alongside the other two.
A little late, perhaps, but I will now announce the voting results.
Why'd he have to interrupt now?
All three groups have voted for different teams. Therefore, none have been
Why do they get the fact?
the current death count. 0.
So this is the real fucking
I'd
time.
say this is an ideal situation for any of
Oh,
us.
this is the real the first message.
It appears that
Uh-oh.
Think back of the rules you were told. You will remain in the shelter for eternity until 6 people are killed. I will give you one last chance. A single action from you may result in your escape from the depths. What must you do? It's simple. I shall show you. The other 2 teams are listening to a message just
Okay,
like
so all
this
these do
one,
exist.
in their ward's decontamination room.
What?
The construction of all of them are
So then we have to go through all these to get
a
to
yellow
this.
button exists on the wall in each.
Oh,
that thing.
fuck nuggets.
Pressing it activates the showers in the other wards, and they will rain down a solution of hydrogen.
Oh no.
Hydrogen fluoride?
It's not only acidic enough to
Oh
melt
fuck.
but it even dissolves glass and iron. Explaining what would happen if you were under it seems unnecessary.
So we have to hit one button and just
Above all,
go?
it's your way to freedom. Using it will kill the other teams, and you will obtain the needed X passes to escape. I have one final thing to tell you. The early bird gets the worm. After the first team pushes it, the button will become inactive for both of the other teams. Your time limit is 3 minutes. What will you do? Will you press it or refuse? It is ultimately all up to you to decide.
Oh fuck.
Isn't it obvious?
Junpei!
Wait! Let's think about this.
It's on
Out of my
Junpei's
way,
hands, I
Akane.
think, this
We
one.
need to push the button before the other teams do.
What are you saying, Junpei? Are you really planning to sacrifice everyone else so you can escape?
It's to survive. It's kill or be killed. So we need to make sure to kill them first.
Junpei, we're here, and you've changed so
I mean, he's also
much.
done a lot of crazy shit, Akane.
Junpei!
Oh,
Damn
God.
you! Do you want to die? You're okay with never seeing your sister again?
Maria.
No way in hell I'm dying! I did not go through everything just to die today!
Jesus. Ooh, nice chuck, man. Or is it in Carlos's
No,
hands?
don't, Carlos! If none of the teams push it, then it has to be like when we voted.
While you're wishing on a star, we'll end up killed.
Junpei!
Push it, Carlos!
Jesus, man. Like, in my head, I don't think Oh, fuck. It's actually like a time limit. Do I press the button or do I not? I don't. I trust everyone. I can't. As Carlos, I don't think he would. We gotta trust everyone. Despite the vote where nobody trusted anyone, you just can't. You have to hope you don't die.
It's been 3 minutes.
Does that mean none of the teams?
It has to mean no one pushed it.
Oh, that was the longest 180 seconds ever.
You're telling me. I'm nearly drowning in my own sweat. Like I practically had that acid bath already.
It seems there may be a misunderstanding, so I shall clear it up for you. I never said the showers would activate as soon as the button was pressed. Which means you've yet to learn whether the button has been activated by someone or not.
What?
No. Then when will we?
Less than a minute left before we're knocked out. That means...
So you're saying we won't even know until we're already melted into goo?
That kind of sucks.
Now, it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know that you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes.
These are mind games. Every single one of these is a fucking mind game. Like, that was completely you could have done nothing and you still reached the same goal, because technically they're not dead yet unless someone else votes them to die. And they won't even know if they died because they're asleep the entire damn time. So even if you clicked it, it doesn't necessarily prove anything. So if we've gone through that and that that means that's their button option, which means they go through the same 90 seconds they didn't go through here. So it's like it's 90 minutes every single instance, and they all have to decide to vote on it or not. And to be honest, I'm not going to touch all these. These are all going to come back. I mean, maybe I should cap up and do every single one of the contamination rooms, but we finished up the last choice. We did a small contamination room. I think this would be the next logical step for us to be into. So let's jump into this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut the video right here today. I know it might be a little bit shorter, but it's a lot easier if I prioritize when to stop an episode and when to continue one. Sorry for the burping. It's just bad day. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is like, it seems really thought-provoking, this episode. Like, a lot of things thinking about, and one, we just saw Mira take that injector, and I don't know what that's going to be used for, or whether or not she's saving it for a later time. And the thing is, we kind of decide the flow chart, so it's kind of hard to know where it all falls in, and where it all doesn't fall. But at this point, I think it's safe to say that we've gone through a bit of progression. And we'll leave it at that. And then we'll start our next episode with this fragment. Alright, guys? So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. Comment on the video if you think this type of episode is just not that productive, or it was too short to get anywhere. And I'll change up the fragments I join or jump into from here going forward. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It's your boy Tofu, signing out.